Present glove. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing, that's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. I need to check all this stuff. The tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag, it's confusing. What? Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag's not a word. Zag is not a word. Do you challenge me? What? Are we playing a word game now? No, we're not. What a waste of time that was! Why do you waste my time with useless banter? Glove, jar. There's blood on it. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. It looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence from the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Oh, wait, it's hollow in the bottom? It's not a jar. Ah, this thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what is the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Well, I mean it does, but... It's not a jar? If you put it upside down... Check. Nothing for us to check. Scene of the stabbing. Bloodstains there. Miles, Bruce. "5'9" and then crossed out. His number is 5'8". Do you think he just forgot his own number? Or did someone else fill this in? Maybe someone else tried to fill this in and failed. Because they don't remember their own number. Do I need to say anything else to him? Hold on. Talk. SL9 incident. Do I just present him with stuff? Let me just present him with stuff. No, back. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. What? The police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm gonna assume we're done here. Let me move out. Did I present this to him? Alright, doesn't need that. Let's ask him about the SL9 stuff. Alright, nothing. He doesn't have anything to say about any of those things. I have no idea what the game wants now. This guy's gone. Detention center? Present the map? I want to know if he put his bloody hands on the lockers. ID card record. Officer Meekins, can you take a look at this? No, what? He doesn't have an ID card? Why doesn't he have an... Like, who is this number? Who is Sevens? Gloves. You, yes, you said you wanted some hot tea. No, that's... ID card record. Alright, that's rubbish. Can't find Edgeworth. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? Are we done in here or not? I'm just gonna like present all the SL9 stuff to these guys. Does he have a lock? Do you have a locker? I don't know what the game wants me to do now. I'm gonna look at the walkthrough. It's not really a walkthrough, it's just a summary. Wait a minute. Goodman's lockers open. Riker finds some evidence. A broken vase they reassembled. To find a piece of missing rubber glove. Bloody handprint on Gumshoe's locker. A lot of blood on the what? There's a lot of blood on the floor. Oh, it's back there, okay. I sprayed the floor before, didn't I? I swear I sprayed here before. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. No, he bled out and died here. He didn't die in the car park, he died here. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna give them my report for the day. What? It might help, you know. Your report is a restaurant menu? Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you have got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Alright, later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I swear I sprayed down here. I guess I didn't. I mean, I sprayed the whole screen, I thought. It's not good game design. Alright, we're gonna go talk to Edgeworth. February 23, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. What are you doing here? Ah, guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry. I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Alright, let's talk. Inquiry Committee! So how did the Inquiry Committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time again. Again! I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Tomorrow's trial. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. That's it? And now we just randomly try to guess? We just randomly try to guess what the game wants me to show him? Alright, you, present ID card record. Alright, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, Exclamation! What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence screwdriver added to the court record. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Uh-huh. A screwdriver. The tag says AI-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it all seem all the more suspicious. Who knows, this might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Doubt it. Back, talk, no. Present. If you're wondering, I did look at the walkthrough earlier. ... Wright, please, I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea, just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence I can get some reaction out of him. Alright. Best evidence. Best evidence. We confirmed that's Miles. There's nothing more to say. I was gonna show him this because this is what shows the blood. I was gonna say like, hey, we found like bloody handprints. But apparently he doesn't want to see it. What? What the hell does the game want me to do here? I hate this game. Well, it's only this episode. I hate this episode. Whoever did this. Cell 9. Evidence room. True. By Chief Gans, Chief of Police. I can't say, nothing to do with current case. And then what? Do I have to ask somebody about the other case? Nobody's here. Oh, he's gone? Oh, he's gone too? Everybody's gone? Everybody's gone. Only... High Prosecutor's Office. What does the game want me to show him? I've showed him all the new stuff, right? What is this? Can't be this. Show him your best evidence. I've showed him all the new stuff. What? I know you. You've probably got a hold on some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. Why would he react to that? Why would he respond to that? And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Why would that trigger another piece of conversation? Who designed this? Why? He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Why would showing him that knife make him talk about the other murder? That doesn't make any sense. Unbelievable. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I would do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. Do you? By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this? Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigations. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Why? Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting? Why would that happen? Why would he just give you a fingerprinting set? Look, nothing you as the player, nothing you do really makes any difference. You show him that knife and then he talks about his past, and then he talks about SL9. Okay, I guess the knife has something to do with that SL9. And then after talking about SL9 and saying, oh, I didn't cheat, I didn't forge evidence, and then he just gives you a fingerprinting set. These things don't link together. There's no logic to any of this stuff. Stuff just happens. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. How do you know it's the last one? It is the last one. I'm looking at the walkthrough now. It is the last one for today. How do you know it's the last one? Oh, whoever's writing this is just a bad storyteller. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Unbelievable. The writing of this is so amateur. It's so incredibly amateur. It's like somebody who's never written an adventure game before writing an adventure game. It's so amateur. February 23, Evidence Room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. I'm not sure you would get a print from dried blood. I don't think it works like that. I think it has to be your hand on a smooth surface, ideally something like glass or glazed ceramic, maybe like metal or plastic. Basically, it's like your hand has oil on, like your hand has oil on it. Your skin has oil on it, and when you like touch something, you leave an oil mark on the surface, and then you brush the dust on it. It sticks to the oil from your fingers or your hands or whatever. So it only works if you like if you touch something and let go, then you would print. But if you like touch and then smudge, then the fingerprint would be smudged and it wouldn't work. Like you wouldn't get a thing on it. So if you like wipe your hand on the surface like that, it wouldn't leave a clear enough mark. You have to like touch and then off. And so if there's blood on your hand and you press it, either the blood will show you the fingerprint because you're printing your hand with blood onto the surface, or else the blood would like stop the oil from your fingers from sticking to the surface. And then, like if the blood is smudged, then it would be smudged and you can't see the fingerprint. So you wouldn't do it here. I don't think that would work anyway, video games. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh, how do you know that? How do you do that? With enter, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. I mean, it adheres it kind of. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh, how do I do that? With E! Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Alright. And then blow. Blow again. Blow again. Okay, this is That is the worst fingerprint I've ever seen. You can't see anything. That's not how it works. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? The other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Oh, this. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Alright. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. Come on, that's the whole thing. This game. How is that not the whole thing? Come on. What? That was the whole thing. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person you think left these prints. How am I supposed to know how it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. No, it's two hands. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? The person who owns the locker. Dick Gumshoe. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. That's Gumshoe's locker. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Don't move. Slide. And then examine. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this. There goes her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area would have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. So, like, is that the thumb there? Alright, look, so the other fingers, okay, I see. So there's 4 fingers. But not the blood. Not where the blood is. Oh, sweet. Wrong button. Damon Gant. Jake Marshall. Match found! Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall! Ha! Officer Jake Marshall! Stop yelling. Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Maybe that's just his locker. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The liminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So if we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain, but why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. Exclamation! I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Alright, that's it. Well, let me stop this here, save the game. And then we go to court next time, I guess. I don't have anything else to add. I've said all my complaints. Alright, see you next time.